How's it going, everybody? And I don't want to get into the Donnie Darko stuff. We are looking at July 11th as a possibility because Trump is in Dallas. Michael told us Trump is in Dallas on the 11th. And the girl with the dragon tattoo showed us the 7-Eleven for July 11th. And bring up that photo. You got the 7-Eleven there. I thought it was the Buck Moon that was coming, and it could happen on 7-Eleven. He goes down, and on the Buck full moon, of course, it's red. There was a lunar eclipse at last year's Buck full moon, but we know that regular full moons are not orange, so it's a little confusing, but it is what it is. And we're going to pop up some gematria Wimble for Wimbledon because it ends with the word dawn. And I'll get back with you on that. You know what's interesting? It comes to Joe Biden. So Wimbledon is Joe Biden and Dawn, or Robin and Batman. Batman and Robin. Tenet pops up from the last movie that Christopher Nolan did. Of course, he did the Batman trilogy. And numbers look like. And Wimbledon. So we spelled it right. And don't forget, the guy that did the Illuminati halftime show this year at the past Super Bowl, his name was The Weeknd. And so, you know, this Sunday, of course, is a weekend now. Michael also brought up a lot of other things that this seems to be this weekend is a weekend of champions. I know Conor McGregor is fighting. He represents Trump. You see the big tattoo on his chest. I am more than sure he will win. You know, their world also deals heavily in astrology. And he was born on the 14th. He is a Cancer. And he's fighting tonight. It's weird. It's 7/14 right now, and his birthday is 7/14, which is when I got married the second time. Where the planets are in astrology, astro.com. Conor McGregor chest tattoo.
Check out these pictures.
We're going to get into that. He said the other day, I'm from Scotland. I'm a Highlander. And of course, that's what Trump is. So when you look, which one really gives us our best look? That's a pretty nasty tattoo. So he is the Scottish Highlander. He is of the Cancer zodiac sign, and the sun and moon are both in Cancer. Now it's about to move over to Leo. No partners advise our permission when partners may use precise. I don't know what I just agreed to. It's about to move into Leo. So we have, but he's coming off of his double high cycle, which is what I learned in astrology. So he's on a high right now, and he lost in the the guy he's fighting is a Capricorn. Cancer is opposite Capricorn, so the sun and moon are opposite the guy he's fighting. So astrologically, it's really set up for Conor McGregor to win this fight. He's not as good as the guy he's fighting. He got knocked out by the guy he's fighting, and when they last fought, it was during the time of the Capricorn sun. It was 6 months ago when they fought. So it's very interesting how they seem to have all of this set up astrologically to favor Conor McGregor, who represents Trump. And we're going to go over some of that. Wimbledon did not give us a lot other than Biden. And that doesn't mean a whole lot, in my opinion. Oh, that's Donnie Darko stuff. I don't want to get into that now. The Wimbledon we just looked at. So Michael Jack said, I found out that Trump is speaking at CPAC event in Dallas on 7/11 at 3:35 p.m. local time CST. So for us here, that would be 2:35 p.m. on Sunday. Remember that Trump said 7/11 rather than 9/11 during a rally in 2016. There are multiple events in London on 7/11, Wimbledon finals and the Euros soccer final. That's very interesting. England is in the final match against Italy, and England hasn't won a major final since 1966 World Cup. 55 years ago, Satan is 55. I guess in Gematria, Wimbledon was the site where the American flag fell to the ground during the 2012 Summer Olympics medal ceremony. And again, the Wimbledon finals is tomorrow. Game 3 of the Sun versus the Bucks NBA championship. Michael said game is also on the 11th. The license plate that says out of time, Back to the Future has August expiration sticker in the upper left corner of the tag. Trump is having rally in Phoenix on 7/24. The day after the buck full moon. Michael, I've been looking for the websites on how to get this information. So if you can, send it to me in the comments. Thank you, man. So, but that's the day after the buck full moon. So we'll be looking at that date also, or the days before it, if he is to rise on the third day. And I'm not sure he rises on the third day, and I'm not sure that he goes down in winter. It just seems to, iPet Goat seems to point to all of that, and or you would think he would rise on the third day like Jesus did, and he spins out of the abyss during the winter. August expiration sticker in the upper left corner of the tag. Trump is having rally. Okay, read that. Bucks Suns NBA Finals. They both joined the league in 1968, the year the WTC, the twin Trumps, started their construction as expansion teams. The Phoenix Suns finished with a 16-66. That's 1-666 record, and the Bucks finished with a 27-55, and Satan is 55 record in their inaugural years. Amazing information by Michael there. Michael also said CPAC event is being held at the Hilton Anatoly Hotel. It's 2.4 miles away from Dealey Plaza. And the Parkland Memorial Hospital, where they supposedly took JFK, is 1.3 miles away from the Hilton Trump event. So very interesting there. And when I go back to this prep, there are some items. Somebody sent me this that showed like a halo over Trump's head. And that is an interesting picture, of course. All on purpose, of course. Michael said days ago, the Trump calm before the storm statement was stated in front of a large painting of Abraham Lincoln. Trump made that statement on 10/5/2017, 888 days later. The WW3 declared the illness to be, you know, the global situation. So very good there, Michael. The man command said, something came to me, Daniel 7:25, the holy people will be delivered into his hands for a time, half a time. That's 3.5 years, right? Well, Trump vows that he will be reinstated by August. So that's 6 months from when Biden was sworn into office. 3.5 years of a presidential term. I think big month is August. What do you think? I'm not sure if I really follow all of that. Because Trump had been in office since 2017, so I'm just not sure. And sometimes I'm just a little slow. Things have to really be spelled out for me. RGS said, Jesus stopping the storm, O ye of little faith, was a parallel for when he returns to seal and remove. Now, see, I really like that. They're talking about the coming storm. And of course, when the storm, World War III, is taking place, I would think that tells us that it runs through the abomination of desolation and mark of the beast time. So once World War III begins, and if you notice in Revelation 6, it also runs concurrent all the way through war, famine, death, and the Great Tribulation is not there. It's just wrath of God coming. So it runs through the Great Tribulation. And to spell that out for y'all, because I'm not giving you much of a visual, when we get into Revelation 6 and you get into the four horses, and there is killing with the beast of the earth. So you've got the crowning of the Antichrist. And to make a factual statement, corona means crown. Second seal is the red horse, and peace leaves the earth. Kill each other with a sword. The third seal, black horse, famine. Fourth seal, pale horse, death to 1/4 of the earth due to the war and the famine, and death through the beast of the earth. So we don't know that abomination of desolation time, how many animals will also have demonic entities into them. We know through when Jesus sent the demons into the swine that they do go into animals. And by the time you get to the fifth seal, you're already at the Great Tribulation, or post Great Tribulation, or during Great Tribulation. It's during Great Tribulation. And sixth seal is God's wrath, the sealing of the church and God's wrath and so forth. And we know that's at Skyfall. Heaven fell unto the earth, the James Bond movie Skyfall. So that's wrath of God time. So it's very intricate there. Alva. Why did I do a gematria search on Alva? Was that the name of somebody in a James Bond movie? Alva, the spy who loved me. Where did that name Alva come from? I'll pause for a quick second just to run through this. I'm not really sure where I got that word alva from. And just not sure. Not sure. That's my fault. That's bad prep. But it comes to 36 in gematria, which is the triangular number for 666, and 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6. I just don't know where I got it from, but you do get the date of 7/22. And the buck full moon is the following day, I think. So I don't know. That's interesting. But my fault for not Q real name 007. I'm waiting for a picture to pop up here. And I also did a videotape on it, I'm pretty sure. I think a photo is going to pop up there. Sometimes I just have trouble. And see, it's still spinning. There it is. His name was Major Boot Freud. So we can look that up real quick in the gematria. Boot, B-O-O-T. I think there's a Y in there. Let's check it out again. B-O-O-T H-R-O-Y-D. H-R-O-Y-D. R-O-Y-D. Got it. So that's Q's name in the movie. It's very rare that you get that. And so we'll take a look. Hang on. Son of Perdition pops up. You know, again, ooh, King Donald Trump. But again, him going to Dallas. I am 666. Him going to Dallas where JFK was taken out. And all of there's December 20th, which is a big day for us this year. That's on our high watch stuff. That played Damien Thorne is 18666 days old and is 2666 weeks old. Now that's the original Omen movie. I should check out the Omen 2 kid and the Omen 3 man. Check out their birthdays. I don't know why I ran it to that date. Big storm is hitting right now. Well, I had y'all on pause. Big crack of lightning. Seemed to have hit right out to my left or west of me. That's west of me. That's above me. So yeah, we're getting hit. Don't want to lose what we're doing with lightning. But so we'll get back to the Boothroyd thing. December 20th is big though. Because it's a big date to me. Anne Hathaway, who of course was in The Dark Knight Rises. Let's pause. Trump POTUS, Holy One of Israel. Anyway, so The Spy Who Loved Me comes to July 25th. Oh, on the clock, it had 7:25 on the clock. So it's not a very good picture. I'm laying on the couch and I don't get up, so I zoom in. My phone, I was told, does not have a very good camera, and it just doesn't. But 7:25, we're always looking for clues. We're always looking for dates. And did I add that? Well, we can. We can certainly add that. Clock on Spy Who Loved Me. The full moon again is on the 23rd, though. And he supposedly would die 2 days before that. Anyway, it's just very hard to really. The ship that was eating submarines in Gematria. Oh, it had a name. So I'll put a Gematria on that. It's a weird name. You always want to do a Gematria search. LIPARUS. 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 That was the name of the ship. So we'll take a look. Good grief. And it comes to 33 in Pythagorean numerology. So, okay. So that's why. Wasn't really giving me much in the Gematria, but that comes to 33. Okay, it's coded in. And now we're getting into Donnie Darko. So we're done with that. I don't want to do any of the Donnie Darko stuff right now, but let's get into some Spy Who Loved Me stuff. And let me pause. So McGregor.
My family name are bred on the battlefield.
Just cracked me up.
Swinging pickaxes on the back of a horse.
Okay, now he's going to get into being the Highlander, which, if y'all ever watched on Telling Truth Archives, Donald Trump Antichrist series, when I broke down that movie, The Highlander, I don't know another movie that describes Donald Trump as the Antichrist more than that movie.
You know what I mean? That's where the McGregor name.
That's where the McGregor name came from. We're Scottish Highlanders.
Comes from. We come from the Scottish Highlands.
We come from the Scottish Highlands.
Well, warriors, it's all I know. It's all Scottish Highlands. Well, what Scottish Highlands? Well, we come from the Scottish Highlands. Well, warriors, it's all I know. We come from the Scottish Highlands. Well, warriors, it's all I know.
So, you know, who can make War with the Beast, so on and so forth. He seems to represent Donald Trump. In certain ways. So this lady throws up the yoni. You're going to watch her look at the camera to make
when you look at the stats
to make sure she's on the monitor.
from today, we'll get it.
And when she looks over at the monitor, she knows that they now have the close up, and she's going to throw up the 666 yoni hand
With a
signal.
little bit more, they were
Boom.
like
Boom.
this, but
Boom. We got you, sister. Nice
Yes.
job. That's how you keep your job in that industry. You are an official club member. Got it. We got it. We get it. We get it. We got it. Now, the word 500 was a lot in this movie. 500, of course, is the number. 500 is the number for the Antichrist, G500 in Strong's Concordance. That's why Trump rode around in the Beast vehicle in the Daytona 500 a few years ago. So they're going to drop the 500 in a minute here.
Captain wants you to
Beast out of the sea is the Antichrist.
keep 500 feet.
Captain wants you to keep 500 feet.
Maneuvering control.
Blah, blah, blah.
Come outside to 500 feet.
500 feet. Antichrist.
Keep 500 feet.
500 feet. Say it again.
500 feet, sir.
500 feet. Say it again. All right. These James Bond movies, I think they're all written by the Ghost in the Machine. As all of their prominent movies are. This is nothing more.
Good morning, Major Booth.
Major Boothroyd. That came to nothing in the other gematria either. So I guess that was just sort of a
Morning, Major.
ended up being nothing. But Q's name was Major Boothroyd. But that really was a waste of time. We already showed that that was nothing, didn't we? The name of this one is called 86 New York City and Russia during what? Well, World War III, I'd imagine.
Within minutes,
Within minutes
New York and Moscow
will what? Cease to exist.
will cease to exist.
This is how they get going with World War III, quite possibly.
Global destruction.
Global destruction will follow. Of course, 2 billion will die. War, famine, death, pale horse.
The new
The new era will begin. Of course.
era will begin.
Yes. Yes. They just love it, don't they? They eat it up. This one is called World War III, Global Warming. I don't know why I named it that. Let's find out.
You're deluded,
You're deluded, Mr. Bond.
Mr. Bond. I'm not interested in extortion.
Okay, yeah, it's not about money. Bond was like, "How much money do you need to stop all this global destruction?"
I intend to change the face of history.
Of course, this is all about changing the
By
earth
destroying the world?
by destroying the world. Well, through that process, you get your rebirth. Oh, this is when he gets into you people are killing each other anyway, of course, is what their global warming narrative is, that the earth is going to die due to mankind regardless.
By creating a world.
By creating a world, I'm just speeding up the process, he says.
A new and beautiful world beneath the sea.
He's the beast out of the sea, the Antichrist. So these are all, directed towards that.
Today's civilization as we know it is
Today's civilization as we know it is corrupt. And that's what they're showing you. They're showing you the left doesn't work, the right doesn't work, the left is too left, the right is too right. It's too much chaos in the world. Countries can't get along. Humans can't get along. Nothing works. Destruction of the earth through, the global warming, blah, blah, blah.
corrupt, decadent.
Today's civilization, as we know it, is corrupt and decadent. Yes, we're just living lavishly, with this, selfies and your Instagram post and all of your greatness in the world, but it's destroying the earth.
Inevitably, it will destroy.
Inevitably, it will destroy itself. So you're being decadent. You're being amazing. Today's civilization, as we know it, is corrupt and decadent. Inevitably, it will destroy itself. I'm merely accelerating the process. I'm merely accelerating the process. And they say that does not justify murder. For that major bond, I guess it wasn't that important, was it?
It will destroy itself.
Mm.
I'm merely accelerating the process.
Got it. So that's what their agenda is really all about. Because we know they are doing it. They are doing what they're doing. Of course, they're following God's plan. But there's no such thing as global warming. But they have to follow God's script. And of course, God sends everybody a strong delusion. So the script is unique and complex and very misleading. As I told somebody, or as I said in another video, God's sheep are a member of a secret society. They're God's secret society. It's a mystery. Jesus, why he speaks to them in parables, he said, for you it is meant to know the mysteries of the kingdom, but for them it is not. It is a secret. It is a secret in that God only reveals the truth to his sheep. That's why they are then allowed or do have their secret world. And that is also a mystery. It is Mystery Babylon.
Observe, Mr. Bond.
This one is called Revelation 6, which we know is crowning, war, famine, death to 1/4 of the earth due to the war and the famine, or to 2 billion people due to war and famine.
Instruments of Armageddon.
Instruments of Armageddon. And he had the
Observe, Mr.
submarines.
Bond. The instruments of Armageddon.
And what were they? It's the submarines. And right now, my friend sent me stuff concerning all these submarines out there from Russia and so forth. I believe that's everything. I might start Donnie Darko Part 1 also, just to get that going. I don't think I want to do it all in one sitting. All right. Love y'all very much.